Hi everybody. I think it's high time for another little cooking episode with baking with Barb WI. We're not going to bake today, but we are going to fix a little something that is easy to prepare. It's easy to fix. The kids can do it, most of them. And it's a fun little treat to take for those social distancing holiday or happy hours that we have. We actually had one in our garage the other day. It was going to be outside, but it rained. Wouldn't you know? So we sat in our garage. We set up a couple chairs for our guests with a little table between two chairs. It was nice to see these folks. I mean, they're my old neighbors, and I actually cried when she said she was going to leave. She'd only been there a couple of years, but Debbie and Wayne were just, the perfect neighbors. They really were. So we kind of sat our distances, and at least we got a chance to visit and have a couple glasses of wine, which, by the way, I forgot to get something here for me, and I'm not going to quit now, but I might go for some of that great stuff from Buckley's Wine Market. Dizzy 3, I think it's called. I always get mixed up. I don't know if it's the Three Sisters or the Dizzy 3 or the Dizzy Three Sisters, but I think it's Dizzy 3. I'll have to get that out next time again. So how's everybody? How you doing? Did you get through the Memorial Day weekend? It seems as though since we all have had to be isolated, and even with the holiday weekend, everybody is as busy as ever. I know I am. Been busy with my perennial garden. I do not have a green thumb. Do not. But when we had to have a new drain field put in, we had this monstrous area, didn't know what to do with it. So I thought, oh, I know the person with the brownest thumb in the world. Let's put in a perennial garden. Well, it's taken a lot of time, a lot of work, many phone calls to my sister who does have the greenest thumb in the world, and I know I drive her nuts all the time. But it's looking kind of nice. I think I posted a little bit of that earlier. Now my garden cottage is done. It is painted. It is just adorable, if I do say so myself. I even have a little area rug in there. I mean, who doesn't need a rug in their garden cottage? And yes, I have a little floor mat to wipe your feet off before you get into the garden cottage. Once the flowers are mature a little bit more, I will take you on another tour of my garden, and I know that you'll really like that. It's hot and muggy here, northern Wisconsin, hot and muggy. Don't have the air conditioning on yet. Tempted, but not yet. And I understand we're supposed to be getting some storms tonight, which would devastate me to no end if it hurt my flowers. Haven't had any deer yet. We spray a lot. Liquid Fence. It's the only thing we ever use, and it works. Although Cindy did tell me to try Deer Out. She got it on Amazon. Cindy, happy belated birthday yesterday. Big birthday for Cindy. I'm having a virtual cocktail hour with her Thursday afternoon to celebrate. So happy birthday to Cindy. She's the one, you may recall, because of the crown, thinks I'm a queen. She really does. So we'll just go with that. I almost didn't put my crown on today. Not sure why, just been busy. Got a lot of things going on this afternoon, excuse me, and I thought, I'm just going to go do this, and I thought, Barb, the day that you don't feel like putting the crown on is the day you should. Because this comes from Molly, little Miss Molly, 3 years old. Hi, Molly. Hi, Molly. How you doing today? Do you have your crown on? Go get your crown, Molly, and tell your mommy to buy one. Mary will probably still get one. Mary, by the way, a shout out to Mary's grandma. Mary's grandma in Ohio took a little spill, and she's okay. She's fine. But she has the worst bruises on her face that I've ever seen in my life. Poor soul. She's trying to trim her rose bushes, I think, and she must have fallen or tripped or something, but oh my goodness. So shout out Mary's grandma. We're thinking about you. And I also wanted to mention in the event that in any of these videos, if any of you have noticed the ugly floor that I have in this kitchen, and the equally ugly old refrigerator, they are going to be replaced. The ice maker overflowed in the fridge not too long ago and flooded our kitchen floor. And because it was a mechanical failure of the refrigerator, we're getting insurance money toward both, and it was worth it. So that is all going to be done, I believe, by June 9th. And yesterday, when I was cooking on the stove, frying potatoes to go with just caught walleye, I might add, I had turned the burner down to low because they were nice and crispy the way that I like them on my, I believe, about 23-year-old range. It happened one other time and I thought it was a quirk. Wasn't a quirk. The burner stayed on high. I turned it down to 1, which obviously is the lowest that it goes. Stayed on high. Obviously I'd shut it off at this point. Tried it again, instant high. So I'm thinking, all right, by the time I looked it up, the part's about $50. They'll mark that up to about $75, if not $100. Charge to come out, trip charge, before they even get into the house. And then charge to fix it. Probably looking at, I don't know, $150, $200. So guess what else I'm getting? Yeah, I just think it's smart. Gonna get a new range, so it'll match. So very excited to show everybody that. I hope you are all still isolating, wearing the mask. I think it's kind of frightening, actually, to see all these people congregate in masses. We'll see, I suppose, in 14 to 28 days or however many it's going to take. I just think it's kind of frightening. So I would just wish for you all to be smart and to do the right thing. What are we going to do today? We are not doing a braid. Has anybody done a braid? I do have some more Rhodes sweet dough in the freezer, and I may just have to make some for my husband because he just really, really loves it. So what are we doing today? We're going to do something that is really, really easy, and again, as always, everybody is going to say, oh my God, I've made that 100 times myself, and what is she doing? Why doesn't she show us something different? Well, there are 2 different little quirks to this today. We are going to make egg salad for sandwiches, or for crackers, or to take, garnished beautifully with whatever, to a party. Eggs. And they're all shelled. What I've always done in the past when I've made egg salad, and hey, I admit I've been around for a few years, I always have used this egg slicer. Put the egg in it, close it, you get lovely slices, and then I would take it out, put it in my hand, and then take a knife, and then just cut through those slices, and they were fine. They were fine. Sometimes they were kind of chunky, but nah. It works, and it just didn't matter. However, a couple years ago, no more than a couple years ago, I don't think, I had somebody visiting me, and I was fixing eggs for egg salad, and she was so shocked. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I am making egg salad. Can't you see?" She says, "Don't you have a cheese grater?" A cheese grater? I said, "Yes, I have a cheese grater, but I'm not grating cheese." "Whatever could you mean?" She said, "Barb, give me your cheese grater. Give me those eggs." So, look at this. I can't imagine that everybody watching this video knows this, and that I was the only one in the entire world who didn't know it. You kind of cradle the egg, put it in the palm of your hand, and the big side that you grate cheese on, you just kind of flatten your hand and rub it up and down onto that grate, and then start flattening your hand. It will not cut it until it's done. That's it. And I didn't do any of these ahead of time because this goes so quickly, and I wanted to show you. So you kind of cup it, cradle it in your hand, and then start flattening your hand out and mash it up against there. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did 7 eggs today. I think that this is just the best idea in the entire world. See how nifty that is? I would be interested in knowing how many of you knew this. Because I sure didn't. And I think it's one of the greatest tips that anybody has told me. Again, once you get about 2/3 done, flatten your hand, then you've got, you know, kind of shell left, and just smoosh it down onto those, the grating part. I have never, ever cut my hand doing this. You just have to make sure you keep your hand. Wouldn't that be something if I cut my hand now? First time ever. I'd have to quit, start all over. So again, you cradle it just like this. This is the last one. Hold it. And then slowly, about halfway through, start flattening your hand out, smushing it down against the grater. That's it. I did 7 eggs. 7 eggs. Are you impressed? I think that is just unbelievable. Look at how nice it is. And it's like they're shaved. It's just the perfect texture that you want. And it's all consistent, which is really great. Now we put in the normal things. We put in some mayonnaise, and all I ever use is Hellmann's. Used to use Miracle Whip, but it's too sweet, and my sister admonished me for ever using that. So 7 eggs, I don't know, we have to do the abouts again. That's like about 1.5 big chunks of mayonnaise. And mustard, about, I don't know if you can see that coming out of there. Oh, sure you can. 5-6 good shakes. And you all know I do not like onions. I don't like the crunch. I don't like the taste of a raw onion, but I like the taste it gives. Does that make sense? So I put some onion powder in mine. Just kind of gives that taste. Probably about a teaspoon or so for 7 eggs. Now, we're going to stir this up just to kind of see what the consistency is. You don't want it real runny for egg salad, because most people, I do anyway, I am a mayonnaise addict, I love it, will put mayonnaise on their bread. Also, this is almost perfect. It's a hair dry, and you want it a hair dry because, I have to add some salt and pepper. The secret ingredient, this is the second surprise that you're going to have. This was your first one. What is a secret ingredient that everybody loves this? I have a girlfriend in La Crosse. Whenever I visit her, she makes me bring this. I've given her the recipe. There's not a recipe, but I've told her how I've done it, what the secret ingredient is, 100 times. And she's tried it. Every time she calls, she says, it's just not good. What did you do? I don't understand. Secret ingredient. Anybody? I had my daughter try to guess this the other night on the phone. She had some good guesses, but she didn't get it. Here it is. Secret ingredient is dill relish. Even if you say, I don't like dill pickles. I hate dill pickles. I despise dill pickles. I won't eat anything with dill pickles in. You have to put it in here. You have to try it. It just makes it. Now, again, I have 7 eggs, so how much will we put in? I don't know. This is just a regular soup spoon, a little tablespoon thingy for cereal or something. I'm going to put in a heaping spoon of that. And that's not enough. I'm going to do it again, maybe a level teaspoon, but I'm going to get some of the juice in there too. Just a little bit of juice. Put that in there. That, my dear daughter, is the secret ingredient. I am a huge pepper fan, so I'm going to, without even testing it, add a little bit more pepper and salt. I had to add rice to my salt shaker last night. It's been so humid here, salt didn't move. So there's a lot of rice in there. And here we go. Now that dill relish and a little bit of juice made it the perfect consistency. Should we taste it? Sure. Barb? I used a spoon from the dill relish. We'll see. Oh, I have to tell you. Now I use that heaping small spoon of dill relish and another like level. I love dill relish. I love dill pickles. I love dill. I love everything about it. For me, this is just perfect. If you're not a huge fan of the dill, yet you have to have it in there. You have to give it a shot. I wouldn't put that second spoon in because I can taste this and I love it. So if you're a dill fan, do the 1.5 or so teaspoons. And if not, just keep out that second teaspoon. And that is it. We're all ready to take to a party. Put on a sandwich, crackers. They're wonderful on crackers. And then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is my somewhat shortened, because these have been kind of long lately. Sorry about that, but once I start, I just can't stop. Version of egg salad. And you know, I had an idea on what to do next time too, and I already forgot it. It had something to do with eggs again, but it'll come to me. And if it doesn't, there's always a braid. Have a great time out there, everyone. Until next time.